Okay. Hello, welcome to the program Big Talk on Global TV. My name is Topsy Gimba, your host. Big Talk today I consider it to be a very special one, and indeed I invite anybody that's watching us around the world to be part of this program. And we have a lot of issues to be discussed, of course. They are political in nature. Everybody knows Southern Kaduna in Kaduna State, where traditionally the people there belong to PDP, right from the time democracy returned to Nigeria in 1999 until now. Just about a week, we noticed a very big tsunami that occurred in that region or in that part of the state, southern part of Kaduna State, where a large number of people were received by APC, leaving PDP to join APC. And many of these people that we noticed were members who are even serving members in the House, in the State House Assembly, and those in the federal constituency, as well as senators who are really serving in the southern part of Kaduna State. We felt it is important for us to bring you to the fore with speed to understand basically what has brought about this movement that we notice people who have really remained traditionally PDP found themselves moving from PDP to join APC. And with me to discuss this most important discussion this evening on Global TV, wherever you are watching us, is a ranking member in the Kaduna State Assembly, and not any other person than Honorable Ali Kalat. When he was in the PDP, he was the minority leader, but now he has left PDP to join APC. I don't know whether he will still hold to that position. I wouldn't know. But of course, it's important to say you are welcome to the program, Honorable Ali Kalat, who represents Jama constituency. Honorable, it's a pleasure having you on the program this evening, wherever you may be. I believe you're in Kaduna right now, Kaduna Metropolis.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, I'm in Kaduna.
Yeah, I can see the reflection on your face.
I'm in Kaduna, yes.
Yeah. Honorable, just about a week, we noticed a mass movement of the people of Southern Kaduna being led by people like you, a serving member of the Kaduna State Assembly, a ranking member for that matter, leaving APC, who had used that platform for a very long time to join, use PDP, I mean to say, for a very long time to now join APC. My major concern is to really find out basically what brought about this mass movement. We even noticed that the member House of Representatives representing Jama Sanga Federal Constituency in the person of Honorable Dan Amos, including our revered serving Senator Sunday Masha Khartoum, equally leaving PDP to join APC. What brought about this mass movement?
Well, thank you so very much for having me to speak on this subject matter. Yes, it is true. It's no longer a rumor that we have moved from our usual PDP to the APC. And the simple reason is because as a region, we are desirous of having development, in our region, the Southern Kaduna. And if you look at what's happening with our party today, it's a pathetic situation that a party that have been on ground since 1998, and as a party that have been a popular party in our local government, Jama'a, and in Zone 3 since 1998, today that party has been, brought down to her knees. That party has been torn into pieces at the national. You can only find the party being alive, at the subnational. So it is a situation that we have found ourselves, and because we desire to bring development to our zone, then we have no option than to do the needful. And the needful in this sense means we have to go to a party that is alive, a party that at least has demonstrated some level of development, to our region. And I give you an example. Example is just even the university that we've been yearning for decades. Now we have a university in our region and many other things. So The defection is not about individual. The defection has so much. It has everything to do with our people. It has everything to do with our region, the Southern Kaduna, and we are desirous of that development. And that's why we choose to remain relevant, so that at least we can see if doing so will give us some sense of belonging in terms of bringing development. And aside from that, we have been in the opposition since 2015, yes. And if we just oppose, 11 years and what has come to the region, you realize that so much need to be done. And we need to, it's important that we do the needful so that at least we can move Southern Kaduna forward.
Yeah, Honorable, you talked about, this movement might have occurred as a result of bringing development closer to the people. Are you of the opinion that when you were in PDP, you never had that opportunity? It is only when you have now joined APC like the way you are, that you think you are going to attract development to the region? Or is it a movement, camouflage on the principle of only to satisfy those who are serving, and then the followers keep following without benefiting? I just want to know. That's why I asked you this question.
Well, you see, like I said, we have been in the opposition for about 11 years now, getting to 11 years. And if you just oppose what has come to the region, and in reality, if you compare with the period, 11 years, you realize that we are far left behind. So it is not just to follow the ruling party, but we are comparing the number of years spent outside, the ruling party, and then believing that it's very possible that by the time we have now joined the ruling party, it's very possible that we have come closer even to the people that matter in government, and it will give us better accessibility, and at least we can lobby, more to ensure that at least we bring development to our people.
Okay, what promise did APC make to you at the time you left PDP to join the APC? Because I know you are a serving member of the State House Assembly in Kaduna, and any other person at all, including Honorable Dan Amos and then Senator Sunday Masha Katung. Was there any promise made to you by the time you would leave, that the way you left, this is what you'll be given to you, whether you are going to retain the position of re-election in 2027?
Well, like I said it very loud and clear that it is never because of us individual. It is never because of us. It is about where the zone, where we come from, and it is all about our people. If you look at today, if you want to go to Abuja from Kafanchan, the road between Kafanchan and Jere is in a sorry stage. If you want to travel from Gidanwaya to Bade, of course, as someone who also who hailed from the same region, you know that it's a very terrible road. If you want to go from Kagoro via Manchok to Jos, it's a very terrible terrain. The same thing is applicable to going to Saminaka from Zangonkata. You all know these routes. The only road that is manageable today, that we can call at least this is a road going into Southern Kaduna, is the road that, that is from Kaduna straight to maybe Forest. And that's an old road. So we appreciate the PDP. PDP built that road. But now, after that road and a few other infrastructure, what else? We have been outside the ruling party for 11 years. And we felt, no, so much is going on and we are not feeling, the impact. So in every situation that you find yourself, life is not static, life is dynamic. So sometimes you can say, okay, can I just do a little adjustment and see if maybe things can happen and happen differently, in a positive way. So that's all about the idea. And if you are asking if we have been promised anything, no, we have not been promised anything. But we know that being in the ruling party will create more opportunities. It is better to be in the ruling party and lobby for more opportunities than to stay outside to stay in the opposition. And then, considering the situation of the PDP, where today we have factional national chairman, we have factional BOT, it's a very terrible situation. So it is either you remain there and get swallowed with the situation if nothing happens at the end of the day, or you can do what we have just done. And like I want to say that we did not force ourselves on APC. They asked us, they requested, they pleaded with us to join them, and that means that going forward, we are going to be having better opportunity to lobby and to look for opportunities or infrastructures that will be brought to our place. So it's not about any promise, but it is, of course, as politicians, if we're in the ruling party, it gives you that ample opportunity to look for things that are not easily accessible from when you remain in the opposition.
From your own analysis, it's very clear that indeed you are of the opinion it's better to belong to the ruling party than be in the opposition. And belonging to the ruling party, like the way it is in Kaduna State, where we have Governor Obasani as the city governor of Kaduna State on the platform of APC, then you were in PDP, now you have joined APC. The question I asked you fundamentally before you analyzed, was there any promise or incentive to most of you that finally left? And I pointed out to you that indeed you are a serving State House member and a ranking one for that matter. Is there any promise made when you were to leave PDP to join APC? Is there any promise made to the senator? Is there any promise made to Amos? Because I believe you must have met people who have toiled for a very long time as members of APC who probably indicated interest to seek for that position where you occupy when then you were in PDP. Is there any promise made towards that by the time you port out at the way you have just done, you are likely to maintain your level? Can you hear me, Honorable?
This is a very political question, and I'll answer you politically too. I heard your question. Can you hear me too? I can hear you. Can you hear me too? Are you hearing me? Can you hear me?
Yes, you can.
Can you hear me? I heard your question loud and clear. Can you hear me?
You really understood what I said by asking you that question, by finding out basically whether there was a promise.
I heard you very loud and clear. I heard you very loud and clear. And I said it is a very political question. And I'll also answer you politically. Are you hearing me?
Now let me find out from you, what benefits are we likely to get? Immediate benefit, as a matter of fact. You pointed out that in the time prior we've never had a university, but now we have a university for the benefit of the present administration, which we belong, APC, which of course I agree with you, because this is one of the things Southern Kaduna really needed for a very long time, but it couldn't get until this administration. I actually give it a pass. But what will be the immediate benefit after that we're likely to get with this movement, this mass movement?
Okay, my problem is that, are you hearing me?
Can you hear me, sir?
Can you hear? I'm hearing, I heard you loud and clear, but are you hearing me too?
I wanted to find out from you. I don't know, because there's a break in communication. I wanted to find.
I heard you. I heard your question. I heard your question very loud and clear. Can I go ahead with my answer?
Talking.
Hello? Can I answer you now?
I want to hear you out because that's break in communication. Can you just explain further?
Okay, so let me reiterate the last answer. Let me reiterate. Like I said, in that question you asked is a very political question, and I will try to answer you also politically. It is never healthy that you will sit down and be promised one thing or the other before you take some political decisions. We took that decision bearing in mind that it is that with the situation today in PDP, the situation where we have found ourselves in PDP, that the best option for us to remain relevant and to be useful to our region, then we have no option than to go to the ruling party. I said that very loud and clear. We don't need anybody to come and tell us or promise us one thing or the other. The advantage of joining the APC is that we have now joined the ruling party. And as a sitting member of the House of Assembly who defected alongside with the sitting senator, the sitting Jamal Sanga House of Reps, and the member that represents Kaura constituency. The four of us were the only legislators that were left in the PDP in the entire of Zone 3, that's in Southern Kaduna. In Southern Kaduna, we have 16 elected representatives, 16. And before our defection, we had already 12 of our brothers have already moved to the APC. And then the only 4 of us that are left defected, and that means the entire region, that is Southern Kaduna, the entire legislators now belong to the ruling party. Now, what I want you to understand here, that it is going to be very effective that 16 of us coming together, including 8 local government chairmen, including all the councillors from the zone. So by the time all of us, the 16 plus the 8 and the councillors, including the appointed the appointees of the governor that are also from the zone. I'm talking about commissioners, special assistants, special advisors, and where are you? By the time we come together and we are speaking this with common, we are making the common, we have taken a common position. I want to tell you that it is easier for us to confront government and get 1 or 2 infrastructure that were brought into the zone. You know, it's easier than 4 of us staying in the opposition and then believing that we can still approach the same government and get something. So that's the strategy in this sense, is that we are now belonging to one political party and we are going to be speaking in the same voice, you know, and by the time we are able to do that, I want to tell you that the answer will always be positive, because we are going to be speaking for the entire zone, and we are the politicians that are elected and appointed. So that is the idea. It is not about an individual promise made to anybody. But again, it gives better advantage if we are moving as a block than to move, divided. I don't know if I'm able to answer, if you heard me.
Can you just tell us the mood of the people at the time you were received officially into the party APC generally? What you saw at Kafanchan?
Well, from my opinion, from what I saw and what I heard, the people of Southern Kaduna didn't hide their feelings. And then if you look at the mammoth crowd that came out to receive the governor and to also witness the defection, it depicts that the people are happy with this decision. That is one. Two, we didn't just decided to defect without talking to the people. Naturally, would have been, this is a ceremony that would have taken place at the state capital. But we pleaded with government that please bring this occasion down home to our people, because we have gone to them, we have consulted them, we have explained to them the need to take this decision, and a large percentage of them accepted. They have accepted and they have agreed with our decision, and that was what informed the kind of crowd. I cannot remember when I witnessed this kind of mammoth crowd in that stadium the last time I saw that. The crowd was very significant, and the crowd indicates that people are in tune and people agree with our decision and people are happy. So to answer your question straight is that the mood of the people was fantastic. They were with us and they agree with our decision, and it means we are going to move as a bloc. And aside from that, even the PDP, a large chunk of people from the PDP, including the ESCO, the party ESCO at the local government, the party ESCO at the ward level, a good number of them relinquish their positions just because they agree with what our decision, and they are believing that is a decision in the right direction.
Honorable, because I know you had your followers indeed in PDP long before you could join APC like the way you are. So it's going to be like the meeting of River Euphrates and Tigris in the Bible described there. So if they meet, when you now saw them by this meeting, you understand what I'm trying to say. What was the reaction? Because politically everybody believes very much in himself before any other person. That is the human insatiable nature created by God. So when these two forces meet at that point, despite the fact that it's just a movement to align yourself with the ruling party, whether you notice some kind of conflict of ideology or principle or interests.
Well, so far, it's too early for me to pass such a judgment, because we took time, like I said, we consulted the PDP followers. We equally, had meetings with the stakeholders of the APC. And I want you to note one thing, that all of us are brothers and sisters. We are not people that we know ourselves. Nobody is new to anybody. It's only just the political differences. And we have come, we told them, we tried to make them understand that we have come not to displace anybody. We have not come to change, the understanding of anybody in terms of how he plays his politics. And we have made them to understand that we have come to add value. That's the essence. We want to add value. Before now, making reference to to Jamal local government, my constituency, APC is not a popular party in that local government. We are the majority party. In 2015, we lost the governorship to the APC, but it didn't stop us from winning our election, the House of Reps, the Assembly. In 2019, we lost again to the ruling party, the governorship. It still didn't stop us from winning the House of Reps and the Assembly, including the Senate. And now, even in 2023, we still lost to we don't have the governorship. The governor is of the APC. It still didn't stop the usual successes that we have been recording. That is why today I am still, I won as a member of the PDP. Honorable Dan Amos won as a member of the PDP, and that's Reps Jamal Sanga, and then the distinguished senator also won on that PDP platform. So you can see that in reality, the PDP is still has been very strong, but there is a need for us to align so that we can work together. We can work as a block, and then doing so would have created that opportunity for the entire zone to come together. So we have taken time to explain to the people that this is why we are here. We are here to add value, and I want to tell you that in the next election, APC will win Jama local government. In the next election, APC will win Jama Sanga federal constituency. In the next election, the entire zone will deliver the vote, the entire vote to the APC. APC will win the zone for the very first time. It has never happened. So that is the kind of value we have come to add. By the time we add this value, we believe that will be something that will also come our way in terms of appreciation. And what are those things that will come our way? We are believing that at least we are going to project some of our needs, in the zone. We are going to project some of our roads. We are going to project some of our schools. We are going to project some of our hospitals, that are still, needing, proper attention. We have them. We have general hospitals cut across that are not in very good state now. So we're going to project so many. In terms of even appointment, in my opinion, the appointment, the balancing is also not too good. We are going to also project so that our people will also have, appointment. If you compare the appointment of today, that we have today in our zone and other zone, you will not realize that we are lacking behind. So some of these things will be projected. But the first thing first is that we are going to convince government that we have come to add value, and we are going to ensure that the APC form the next government at the state level, the APC form the next government even at the national. Doing so will create more opportunity for us. So that's just the essence of what we're trying to do.
Ali Kalat, ranking member indeed, State House Assembly in Kaduna, former member minority in that state assembly. Let me find out from you. It's about a week today that you people left PDP to join APC in southern part of Kaduna State. Have you gone back to villages, the immediate environment that you are coming from, to assess the reaction of your people, whether or not this is a true decision made by them? And again, another leg to that discussion I'm having with you is to find out, in your own analysis, you clearly stated that indeed your being there will actually help in providing certain infrastructural development in Kaduna, the roads, the schools, the hospitals. These are some of the things we mentioned. But these are the issues that we had them before, and they were never resolved. I wonder whether or not moving to APC was still going to have them, because we are merely using some of these lag we have in the region for your campaign strategy. But we are going to take a break. When we come back, you answer those questions I asked you.
Well, like I said, I'll keep repeating myself that yes, it's very one week that we defected, and
Yeah.
Welcome back to the second phase of Big Talk, still with Honorable Ali Kalat, member representing Jama constituency in Kaduna State House of Assembly. And we have had a first discussion with him why they decided to leave PDP to join APC in their numbers. And I really wanted to find out basically the importance of doing that, the benefits the people are likely to get as a result of that action. These our representatives decided to take at the level at which we noticed it last week in Kafanchan. So he has actually been explaining, but before we could go on break and then return like the way I've just done, I wanted to find out from him, you know, the roads he mentioned, the hospitals he mentioned, and including schools that are considered to be of low standard in the region. That was what we saw when they were in PDP. The question I asked him is, what actually is he bringing forth to ensure that what we saw wouldn't be what we are likely to see now that he's not with PDP, but they are right now with APC, as a matter of fact. So it is important for him to really explain that point so that we know that indeed the movement they made is, of course, of benefit to our people, not just to themselves. Because there is this general principle or general belief that most people have that basically they are seeking for re-election. And in seeking for re-election, there is a tendency for them to do like the way they have just done, and then the people who are voting for them benefit completely nothing. And so he stands out to explain whether or not it's a movement that benefits all of us, not just for them. And so if Honorable Ali Kalat is with us right now, he can really join and further explain like the way he explained a while ago, before we could go on break, to explain to most people who are watching us within and outside the country on this most important discussion we're holding on Global TV channel 365 DSTV. Honorable, are you there? Well, of course, I believe by the time he gets connected, he will speak with us and tell us basically. But these pictures that are running at the background are clearly, these are the things that really happened the day they left. And I asked him a question to really know the mood of the people. Or after they must have really left that the way they did, has he really gone back to the localities to find out how people are really feeling? Because the fact that you saw people at the movement where you left PDP to join APC, that you consider to be a mammo gathering, whether all of these people are of the one intent or they have a different intention to be there. And when you go and meet them one by one, you will now understand clearly whether or not they are actually happy with the movement or they are not. So it is important for us to basically understand this trajectory so that we don't fall apart at the end of the day and then we'll be left behind like the way we thought we had been left behind when then we were in PDP. But the good thing we have is the man indeed that is in the saddle of responsibility of Kaduna State is Obasani, who actually believes in unity and understanding of the people. And so it is important for us to know that good things are really on our way in the southern part of Kaduna. And so Honorable Ali Kalat is actually making some efforts to join us on this most important discussion on this program, Global TV, Channel 365, on the program Big Talk. Big Talk is a program that you watch on Global TV from Monday all the way to Sunday, like the way I am doing it right now with him. So when he comes, he further explains to us basically the importance of this movement and the way he mentioned some of these things that we considered not being taken care of when then they were representing us as members on the platform of PDP, whether or not we are likely going to see a remarkable change or to remain like the way they are. But my understanding as a person coming from that region, these are some of the things they used in those days for campaign, and people went out to vote for them. And by the time they received these votes, the condition of those places or those things are still the same. There's just no remarkable improvement, as a matter of fact. So we need to find out basically whether or not with the movement we're likely to see a dramatic change, and very shortly, of course, not just be making promises and we'll never see them really happening. That is another thing. I know the people of Southern Kaduna are equally very informed. They can react immediately. The fact that they are no longer with PDP, but of course they can react if nothing actually worth noticing is seen on ground. And so it is important for Honorable Ali Kala to join us. Okay, I can see him right now. Honorable, it's a pleasure having you back again the second time around on this most important discussion on Big Talk on Global TV Channel 365. Before we went on break, I asked you a fundamental question. Some of those things you mentioned, the roads, the hospitals, the schools, were like not being taken care of. Now that you have moved, can you categorically explain to us what we're likely to get immediately, or is just mere narrative you are making without any impact at the end of the day? Honorable, are you there?
I'm saying I'm not going to. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I cannot sit down here to begin to itemize what will be, we are going to get from government. But I can only make a general statement. And I've already, explained that to you earlier, that we have joined the party to add value. We have joined the party to ensure the party win election. And of course, by the time we are able to deliver the party beyond expectation, the party never won election in Southern Kaduna before. And we are assuring you that this time around, the APC will win hands down. I am also telling you that by the time we are able to deliver, we will go to an approach government in block and then put before government what we need as a zone. And I want to assure you, I'm not just speculating, but I want to assure you that we are going to receive so many infrastructure that will be developed. I'm assuring you that, but I cannot sit down here and say road A, B, C, or hospital A, B, C. The list is endless. I want to tell you that if the APC is able to remember Zone 3, even when we are not 100% with them, I want to assure you that by the time we are 100% and we are able to do the needful, that the rest will be the best that will come to our zone.
Are you going to contest or recontest for re-election in 2027?
By the grace of God.
By the grace of God.
Yes.
Fine. That's very interesting. Let me find out from you. I'm meant to understand that the governor of Kaduna says you are classmate. Is that true?
I think that's a very personal question.
I want to find out how close you are to him.
Well, it's no longer secret. Yes, because it's no longer secret. If you ask him, he will tell you yes equally. He will equally tell you yes.
So
Ali Kalat, we want to.
Basically, you are in a very good working relationship with the governor of Kaduna State, aren't you?
By the grace of God. And that is what one of the things that further informed this decision, that I need to take advantage of that relationship and see what we can, get and take home. Because without having to, attract development to our region, then that relationship, it means I have not taken advantage of the relationship. So it is true. If you ask him, if you are by any means able to meet with him and you ask him the same question, he will only tell you yes, because it's no longer secret.
Okay. Honorable, it's a pleasure speaking with you. But now that you are with APC, we are likely going to time you to see the immediate impact the state is going to make for the fact that all of you have left PDP to join APC. We are going to be assessing you individually to see the level, the impact you are going to make for our people, as a matter of fact.
Sure. That's okay. That's okay. We are going to work assiduously and ensure that we don't disappoint the people. We are going to take every available, means to see that at least our going back to the APC has more impact than staying in the opposition.
Okay. Honorable, let me let you go, because you really tried for being all along for closing about an hour, even though we had a break within the program. But I enjoyed every bit of your discussion that you made with me this evening on Big Talk on Global TV Channel 365.
Thank you very much, my brother. I'm always available. Should you want me to again to appear in your platform, I'll always be available.
Thank you so much. We want your campaign messages using Global TV to reach out to the people of Southern Kaduna.
No problem. By the grace of God.
I appreciate it, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Well, that's how far we can go on the program Big Talk. I had with me on this program via Zoom a very respected member of Kaduna State House Assembly in the person of Honorable Ali Kalat, who at one time served as a minority leader when he was with PDP. Now he has moved from PDP to join APC, a ranking member for that matter, and we hope he gets the re-election in 2027, of course, to see how best he can do for us. My name again is Top C Gimba. We shall be doing it again some other time next week with yet another personality. Remember, news comes your way at 8. Stay tuned and see you again. Bye-bye.